In this video, I built 5 popular video games out of Lego. So let's get started.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
So the first game I want to build is Mario. Let me just grab this. And that's the first game done. But I can't use sets because that's cheating. So now let's actually build Mario.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Since Lego hasn't made any Mario minifigures, we're still waiting. I had to make my own one. But I will be using some of Lego's official pieces. So here's what I came up with for the Mario build. It's pretty basic, but I feel like if you've seen the games before, you know exactly what's happening here. I've even included the black hole that everyone seemed to fall in at some point. I rate this mock a 7 out of 10, and now let's move on to the next game. The next video game is Sonic, and I'll be using this minifigure. The Sonic build's gonna be a bit more difficult because the grass is more detailed than the Mario games, but I'm sure I'll be able to do it. So this is the Sonic build, and this was highly based off the LEGO Ideas set that came out a few years ago. But it's a bit plain, so I'm going to add some of these pieces. I saw this technique online a little while ago, and it makes it look like Sonic's running really fast, but it leaves this big gap in the middle. So I built this thing. It's meant to hide the gap between Sonic and the brick. And you can also have Sonic pose in this orientation. So here's what the finished build looks like, and I rate this an 8.5 out of 10.
Creep, bro.
So I was originally going to use LEGO's official Minecraft minifigures, but I couldn't think of anything minifig scale to use. So I built microfigures being Steve, Alex, a pig, a dog, a zombie, a creeper, a skeleton, 2 villagers, a farmer, and an iron golem. So now let's start the build. So here's what the finished build looks like, and I think it's pretty cool. I included a farm, a house, as well as a part of the mountain. And here's a good look at all the microfigs up close. I also detailed the house. If you take the roof off, you can see a bed, a crafting table, as well as a furnace. This build turned out way better than I thought, and I rate this an 8 out of 10. The next game I want to build is Minion Rush, because when I was younger, that was my favorite game to play on my tablet. I'm going to build Gru's Lab because that's the most iconic location from this game. I took a minion from one of the Rise of Gru sets, and now it's time to start building. So here's what the finished build looks like, and it turned out okay. I think these small little bombs look good, but I can't say the same about these big ones. They're just too big compared to the actual game. I do really like the look of this laser that I made. I included the bananas that you have to collect, but I used an illegal building technique. This looked way better in my head, but the actual execution wasn't that good, so I'm going to rate it a 4 out of 10, and now let's move on to the last game. Since LEGO has made their own games, I want the last build to be based off LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. And I want to recreate the beginning scene of Duel of the Fates. And I didn't have an Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon minifig, so I made custom ones. You can tell because Qui-Gon's hairpiece is completely off. But I am going to be using an official Darth Maul minifig. And here's the finished build, and I actually really like it. A quick heads up is that I did already have this built, but it was broken, so I had to rebuild parts of it. I also started running out of tan pieces, so I couldn't build the full wall in the back. And here's what some of the front detail looks like. This build was highly inspired by Coconut Brick Studios. I actually really like this build, and I give it a 9 out of 10. So those were all the games that I built. Comment if you'd like to see a part 2 of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.